Brooklyn, a borough of broken dreams and midnight prayers. Where old buildings whisper stories of lost love and subway trains carry more than just passengers, they carry secrets. In the heart of Flatbush, beneath flickering streetlights and the echo of distant sirens, lived Kayla Bennett, a 28-year-old nurse with tired eyes and a soul still mourning the past. Kayla was known as the girl who survived. Survived her parents' car crash at 16. Survived foster care. Survived losing the love of her life, Marcus James, to a wrongful conviction 5 years ago. But nobody knew how much surviving had cost her. Every day she walked to Kings County Hospital with the same black scrubs, earbuds in, drowning the noise of the world with sad Randy B. Her smile was soft but practiced, the kind you wear when you don't want people asking if you're okay. She lived alone in apartment 3B, a tiny one-bedroom above a Caribbean grocery store that always smelled like jerk chicken and oxtail. It was her safe zone. Or at least, it used to be. One cold January evening, everything changed. As Kayla returned home, she noticed a figure standing across the street. Tall. Still. Familiar. Her heart stalled. Marcus? No. It couldn't be. He was still in prison, wasn't he? She blinked. The man was gone. That night, Kayla couldn't sleep. She tossed under her weighted blanket, memories of Marcus haunting her like a ghost. How they met at Erasmus High, how he'd braid her hair while they listened to J. Cole. How they talked about getting out of Brooklyn together, escaping the cycle. Then one rainy night in 2020, Marcus had been in the wrong place at the wrong time. A corner store shooting. Someone screamed. Cops showed up. Marcus was arrested, convicted based on shaky witness testimony. No prints. No weapon. Just a black man with a record. Kayla had fought, letters, protests, GoFundMe pages. But the system didn't listen. And eventually, she gave up. Or pretended to. The next day, Kayla received a letter. No stamp. Just slid under her door. He's out. He's watching. Meet him at the old bridge. She froze. Was this a threat? A prank? Or was Marcus really out? She hadn't checked the prison website in months. Her hands shook as she typed his name into the DOC inmate locator. Status, released. December 22nd, 2024. Her heart nearly stopped. He was free. But he hadn't called. Texted. Nothing. That night, she went to the bridge, the one near Prospect Park where they used to sit and talk about escaping Brooklyn. Snow fell softly as she waited under the rusted metal beams. Her breath fogged in the air. And then, footsteps. He appeared from the shadows. Beard fuller, eyes harder, but it was him. Kayla, he said, voice cracking. Marcus, she whispered, tears already falling. They stared at each other like the world had stopped spinning. I didn't know how to face you, he said. I thought you moved on. Moved on to what? She snapped, voice rising. I've been stuck in the same nightmare since the day they took you. He looked down. I saw you last week. At the hospital. Couldn't bring myself to speak. Kayla stepped closer. Why didn't you call me the second you got out? Marcus looked her in the eye. Because I ain't the same man anymore. They sat on a cold bench, hours slipping by. Marcus told her about prison, the violence, the loneliness, the betrayal of friends who never showed up. About the old cellmate who finally helped him prove his innocence. A taped confession from the real shooter. 5 years too late. Kayla listened, her heart torn between rage and relief. I thought about you every single day, Marcus said. But I didn't want to drag you back into my mess. You never dragged me, she whispered. I chose to be there. They took you from me. They held hands in silence. But peace was short-lived. Over the next few days, strange things began happening. Kayla noticed a black SUV parked outside her building at odd hours. Her phone rang with unknown numbers. Marcus swore he was being followed. Someone doesn't want me out, he said. There's more to this. Kayla was scared, but she refused to lose him again. Together, they began digging Marcus's old lawyer, court records, prison contacts. What they found chilled them. The prosecutor on Marcus's case, Alan Cross, had suppressed evidence. A known dirty cop, Detective Mendez, had falsified witness statements. And worse, they were still covering their tracks. Marcus, Kayla said one night, voice trembling. They didn't just mess up. They framed you. And now they wanted him quiet. The final straw came on a Friday. Kayla's apartment was broken into. Nothing stolen, just ransacked. A warning. They had to act. Marcus uploaded everything, court transcripts, tapes, photos, to a secure drive and sent it to a journalist from the Brooklyn Voice, an old friend from school named Deshawn. 2 days later, the story dropped. Wrongfully convicted man targets corruption in Brooklyn DA's office. The city erupted. Protests reignited. Cross resigned. Detective Mendez was suspended pending investigation. Marcus became a local hero. But it came at a price. Kayla lost her job. The hospital claimed budget cuts, but she knew better. People looked at her differently now. Like she was trouble. But she didn't care. For the first time in years, she felt alive. Marcus got offers, book deals, podcast interviews, speaking gigs. But all he wanted was Kayla. I don't care about fame, he told her. I just want to build a life, with you. 6 months later, they stood hand in hand at a small wedding ceremony in Fort Greene Park. Just family, friends, and a soft summer breeze. Marcus wore a gray suit. Kayla wore her natural curls out, no veil. As they exchanged vows, Kayla whispered, "We survived, Marcus. Not just life, but the system. And we did it together." Brooklyn doesn't give you happy endings. But sometimes, if you fight hard enough, it gives you justice. And maybe even love. In the shadows of old buildings and broken streets, Kayla and Marcus found a light no one could steal. Not this time.